Should I start as SAA?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was late. I missed the timing. Okay.
I think recording started. Yeah.
Oh, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's a privilege to welcome you all to the Toastmasters meeting for another time today. And today I am your ACA. I would start the meeting by reading the mission of our club. So, mission of Toastmasters is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience to each of its members, and they are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Couple of guidelines for you as you are attending the meeting to make our meeting enjoyable. Please avoid eating in front of the camera. Keep your phone on silent. Mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Turn off your camera if you are stepping away. Please make sure your content is respectful and appropriate. And also, please avoid topics related to politics, religion, and sex. With this, let us welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Yeril, to take us forward with the meeting. And Yeril, let me introduce Ezhilarasan. He has been production section supervisor in a chemical plant in Qatar for the past 20 years. He is living in Qatar, supporting this club remotely. He has been keen in electronics and computer technology. His favorite activities are listening to songs, playing badminton. He was a past area director who achieved president distinguished status during his term. With all that, let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Ezhilarasan.
Thank you, Hema, for the strong, wonderful opening of the meeting and a detailed explanation of Toastmaster mission, vision, everything. My dear Toastmasters, good evening. One more nice Sunday. We all gathered here, almost 13 people I could able to see. I hope all you had a very nice weekend and tomorrow you are going to start your work. And just as a warm up, we are speeding up our mind to catch up tomorrow's job. My sincere appreciation and best wishes to all. You left all your entertainments and joined here to develop our communication skill. My dear friends, I welcome you all to Chennai Tamil Toastmaster meeting number 30, and I declare meeting number 30 is open. I don't think there is a guest available today. Everyone is experienced Toastmaster. I think I don't see any guest today. So that no need to talk about Toastmaster details. Directly we can go into our meeting flow. Just one thing I want to share with you all, my dear friends. Today morning, I received a message from one of my friend. So sometimes these good morning messages will be frustrating. Why these people are sending these messages? You might have received those type of messages. We never read that. It's a good morning. In that, I received a message. Immediately it got my attention. I was impressed on that lines. Let me share with you all. If the path is beautiful, ask where it leads to. If the path is beautiful, ask where it leads to. If the destination is beautiful, never mind about the path. Keep walking. So that's what we are doing. If the destination is beautiful, definitely in between you will have some struggle. Obviously, this quote is telling about that. So think about the destination. Don't think about the path. Today we started this meeting with very less members. I was worrying how it's going to flow. Definitely, I hope our destination will be a fruitful destination with that excellent guidance of our TMOD today. To take this meeting in that excellent way, we have a passionate Toastmaster to take his theme throughout this meeting. We have Deepak Raj here. To tell about Deepak Raj, is 4 years experienced as a Toastmaster and a HR profession and a humorous speaker. I know personally him. He handled many roles in this Toastmaster meeting effectively and efficiently, a multiple skilled person. With this qualification, we have Deepak Raj here. My dear ladies and gentlemen, with your thunderous round of applause, let me welcome TMOD Deepak Raj. Deepak Raj, the stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for the lovely introduction. Very good evening. So, I have one thumb rule here. Okay. Whoever wants the Monday to be getting good news from the managers, whoever want a good love from your wife, or whoever is single want to get a girlfriend on Monday, or whoever the girls who are here need a good boyfriend on a Monday, they can all turn on the camera. I'll give you 10 seconds time. I'm very much sure you will be getting these good news on Monday. I'm very much sure. Okay, that's great. That's great. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming onto the camera. And Grammarian, I also wish anything that you want, let me know. I can wish it over here so that you can come on camera. I love your coolers and everything on the DP picture, but we love to see you on the screen. And we have general evaluator. Is it possible to come on screen? I'm becoming a kind of a professor right now. Students, last bench students, during the Zoom meeting, Zoom classes, not. Please turn on the camera. Okay. People who not even open the camera also not. Thanks, Grammarian ma'am, for coming on the VC. GE, hope when your role coming in, you will turn on the camera. That's nice. That's great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot for coming in. So, any idea of what is the theme of the day today?
Rise to the occasion.
I'm sorry?
Rise to the occasion.
Ayyo, I haven't prepared for that. That was something different, I believe. Anybody? Anybody telling good news will get good claps and appreciation. Where it's a scarcity is more right now.
Breaking news.
Thanks, Boishya. That's called breaking news. I was wondering on talking about we have a Toastmasters theme. The essay said is that not to talk about religion, politics, and sex. But unfortunately, theme is breaking news. I'm just wondering how I'm going to travel on this part. Okay. So before that, you have one good news and one bad news. Which one you want? Let me know so that I can tell it first.
Bad news.
Thanks, Shahrukh. Bad news is that you're gonna see this monster for next 2 hours on the screen. You don't have a choice. Okay. So I don't have a pretty face and humble, handsome hunk like Shahrukh, not like that. Okay. So this is the face you're gonna see as a TMOD for next 2 hours. You guys are left with no choice. I'm sorry about that one. So the good news is that I'm going to talk about certain facts, some breaking news that really happens on today's world. I'm going to call somebody, okay, people over here, to talk on what is the breaking news that you often hear on today's trend. You just need to not know the entire details of it, but just a trending one. Can I hear it from Unperson? What? Hi, Unperson. How do you do?
Yeah, fine.
Whenever I think of Unperson, I hear the bullet sound. He's into the Royal Enfield one. So, Unperson, what is one current trend, breaking news that you hear last 2 days or last one day?
We need to talk about we should not talk about sex, religion, politics. Correct, no?
Correct. Any current
about the
affairs,
breaking news.
anything that you talk
Okay.
about. I'll get an excuse from the presidential officer, Ezhilarasan sir. Something, you just need a
Okay.
name of it. That's it.
There is no bant or something in political related strikes were not been happened for the past 2 days. Itself a breaking news in India as well as
Oh,
in Tamil Nadu.
okay. That's nice. That's nice. Let's hear it from the timer, Kishal. What is one breaking news that you hear often recent days, last 2 days?
About IPL trades.
IPL. That's over now.
No, about trades. Trades between the
About
team.
which one?
Trades. About the trades between the teams.
Trades. Okay. Yeah. So, any idea? Hardik Pandya went to CSK or any other updates that you got it?
It's not completely true till now, sir.
Okay. Thanks. We'll hear from one more person. We'll hear it from Bershia. Tell me one breaking news that you heard today or yesterday.
The Kaveri water issue.
Okay. Let's not talk about it. We have people across the globe. So thanks for putting it up. Okay. So these newses are like you go for reels, go for Instagram, go everywhere. Okay. Let's say like we have a Porur metro station where our CM comes in, the way they shot the drone shot. The trending is that current now all breaking news is not only known by us, even known to our kids and everybody. Okay, so that's how the trending on the breaking news is that. So today I'm not going to talk about anything on political things, but something what we talk, that's how the family members is aware of it or kids is aware of it. So based on that, I'm going to talk about certain people in our community, in our society, who have enabled us. So I'm going to tell their names. Okay, where I also want you to tell the names, unmuting yourself and tell the name one more, because that's what they contributed to the society. Okay, so the first person who am I going to talk about is that his name is Dr. VP Jayaseelan. You can just say Jayaseelan. Even if you unmute, not a problem. Just say the word Jayaseelan. Okay. He is an IAS officer and he is from the Virudhunagar district. Okay. And he is an IAS officer and he's been graduated under 2014 batch. And what is the contribution he did is that contributed to society, ensure people who are bus drivers or lorry drivers, who are underprivileged people, letting them taking to the next phase, coaching them, educating them, where making the first graduate people getting into the universities and colleges. And we always think, right? Oh my God, politics, government people are always, we have a myth over here. But I'm going to handpick certain people from there and let them know what they contributed. And because of his contribution, he had earned a 3 crore Niti Ayog award for his excellence in health and nutrition. And getting a patta or getting a home for current days is very hard. But during his tenuity, he got patta for transgenders in the society and they built houses for them. So and and his excellence and award, he's been a consecutively 3 times. He's a successful person, and across India, Virudhunagar topped first on his health and nutrition contribution, which we are not aware of. I want to make a note of this name. His name is Dr. Jayaseelan, and he is a doctorate in Tamil, and he studied in Tamil medium school. And the way he contributed to society is really great. And the why I'm reiterating is that talk to people about him and spread the news about it, because this will not come under any of our current news TV channels. But ensure we make a note of it so that we can tell to our society people there are certain role models who are invisible and contributing a lot to the society. And I'm also going to talk about one more person, and We often see on the roads, some people will be mentally ill. We just ignore them, we don't even talk to them. And some people lay on the roads. Might be we think this person might be a drunkard, or we really don't know whether to go and talk to him or not, or take care of him. We just ignore people. This one person by name Amir Hamza. His name is Amir Hamza, and he is from the place called Ramanathapuram. And in the last 28 years, wherever he found orphanage dead bodies, he used to take care of the custom and tradition and ensure they are being buried, and all the traditions have been taken care. People, believe it or not, in the last 28 years, he had taken care of 10,000 dead bodies and ensured they've been buried and taken care of. And this inspiration came from when he moved to a government hospital. Generally, our government doesn't have a provisionary to take these dead bodies. They're taken in a lorry where all dustbins are kept. That's where they've been taken. And when he saw 28 bags, he wanted to contribute to the society. You might think maybe this person, as Amir Hamza, might be a well-to-do person. Not at all. He is having a mechanic shop, and from the little contribution amount of money, he is doing a contribution to the society. So these are the two breaking news that I do have, and I have a little more breaking news which on the down the line which I'll talk about it. And we'll have the general evaluator who helps me on this one. Generally in India, when we call people with respect, we always call them as a G. Hi G, how are you G? And with due respect, there's a G for me, but it's not J-I, it is G-E. And his name is Vishwanath. Uh, it's a Vishwanath or Vishwagopal. I'm sorry, your name is put as Vishwagopal. Can I name it as Vishwagopal?
Vishwa Gopal or Vishwa is fine.
Vishwa is fine. Okay. Let's focus on the prefix rather than the suffix one. So I'll go with the prefix Vishwa. Vishwa is a senior engineer at Qualcomm, and he's been a Toastmaster for 2 years. He's currently serving as a VP Education at Q-Onverse Toastmasters Club. And in his free time, he watches the OTT content with family. Boss, I really want to know what is the OTT content that with family apart from kids one, so that it's very hard to watch with family. Give me a recommendation. Post this one. I want to love to watch it, and he always have a passion on reading books and practicing coding problems. Boss, after office hours, working on coding problems, I will have a problem in the family. I'm very much sure about it, but I just also want to know. Oh, that's not the one. Okay, fine. So it's time for the general evaluator to take it forward. And over to general evaluator, Toastmaster Vishwa.
Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak Raj. It was a wonderful introduction session on the breaking news topic. I was really engrossed in the session on how people, you have mentioned a couple of names who have contributed to the society, which not many people are aware of. So it was a good learning and a takeaway personally. Okay. Thank you for allowing me as a general evaluator for Chennai Tamil Toastmasters Club. It's indeed a privilege to be a general evaluator. And I'm from a quick introduction change that I would like to just point out. I'm a public relations in Converse Toastmaster Club based in Qualcomm Corporate Club. And my hobbies are watching OTT is not usually I don't much. I play cricket, football, chess sometimes, and occasionally started involving in Toastmasters recently. Most of the time, I am engaged in my taking care of my work and my 1-year-old daughter. Thank you, everyone, for joining. So today, I would like to introduce the tag team for today. So I have 4 tag team in my in today's meeting. So I would like to introduce the timer of the day today. Um, is Toastmaster Kedarnath, who is currently studying at KCG College, triple E first year, and his hobbies are watching anime and fitness. I would like to hand over to Toastmaster Kedarnath to introduce the role of the timer today.
May I audible Toastmasters?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Kedar from KCG Youth Master Toastmaster Club. I will be serving as timer for today meet. Let me share my screen to show the timing cards. That will be. My screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
For the proposed speech, I will show the green card for the first 5 minutes, and then I will show the yellow card for the 6 minute. The 6 minute, and then for the last, the warn card, this red card for the 7th minute, and there is a grace time of 30 seconds for the end of the speech and before starting the speech. And for the education speech, I will show the times by the chat, so we will keep on time. Thank you all. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Kedarnath, thank you for briefing about that time. So next we have breaking news coming in, where we have a last minute change of the accounter who is Toastmaster Pandian, who is 15-year-old experienced person in control engineer for textile machinery, and he's currently an assistant manager, research and development, and is a sorcerer for textile solution in Gujarat. I would like to introduce Toastmaster Pandian to introduce the role of the accounter for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Pandian.
General Evaluator. Good evening, all the fellows. My dear friends, today I'm taking the role of accounter role. I'm having an Excel sheet. And so that other some repeated words I'm recording in your speeches. Fillers always make our speech not communicatable. So please avoid the fillers. Try to avoid the fillers. It will be a good speech. Thank you. I will submit my report at end of the meeting. Thank you all. Going to Toastmaster G.
Toastmaster Pandian for introducing the role of the accounter. Hopefully, we'll not have much of ahs and ums today. And next, I would like to introduce a grammarian for the day. Toastmaster Bershia is a third year electrical and electronics engineering student pursuing her bachelor's degree in KCG College of Technology. She serves as the treasurer of the KCG Youth Masters Toastmaster Club. In her free time, she enjoys reading books and expressing her creativity through arts and crafts. Over to you, Toastmaster Bershia, for introducing the grammarian and the word of the day today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishwa. Hi, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Bershia. Am I audible?
Yes.
I'm Toastmaster Bershia. Currently, I'm serving as the treasurer of KCG Youth Masters Toastmasters Club. I'm going to be serving as the grammarian of the day. So it's my pleasure to introduce the word of the day and the idiom of the day. The word of the day is poised, which means to prepare, to be prepared or be prepared to do something, staying calm and balanced. For example, it can be used such as she remained poised during the interview, or the athlete was poised to win the race. And the idiom of the day is rise to the occasion, which means to perform well or do what is needed in a difficult, important, or unexpected situation. Usage: when the team captain got injured, Rahul rose to the occasion and led the team to victory. So, thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bershia, for introducing the word of the day and the idiom of the day. And indeed, it was Toastmaster Pandian, who has risen to the occasion for taking up the accountant role, in spite of we don't have any, in spite of the other role taker not available for reasons that I am not aware. So next we have Toastmaster Kishal, who is a trivia master. So he is currently pursuing his BE Civil Engineering in Anna University, second year student, College of Engineering, Guindy in Chennai, and interested in construction and environmental field. So over to you, Toastmaster Kishal, for introducing the role of trivia master. And indeed, I'm very happy to introduce all the role takers for today. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kishore, and it is my honor to serve as your listening master for today's meeting number 30. As the saying goes, if speaking is silver, then listening is gold. Listening is a vital skill for every communicator. As a listening master, I will prepare some questions based on today's meeting and ask them at the end of the meeting. So listen carefully and give the answers to the questions at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General.
Toastmaster to be a master. I will call upon all the role takers when Toastmaster of the day, after all the speeches. So I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thanks a lot, General Evaluator. Your tag team is very strong with a lot of youth college guys are there. Right now, I'm very shocked what are the word I'm going to use, and they'll be very keen on where is the R, where is the choice of words, where is going to change it. So I'll be very cautious here with the tag team. So the next personality which I'm going to talk about, there's a person by name Alamelu Mangyar Karasi. Her name is Alamelu Mangyar Karasi. This name is very new. We might be all talking on the rumors or the controversies on the national award people. Why this movie got a national award? Why not this movie? We had a lot of discussion on this one. But this lady, Alamelu Mangyar Karasi, got the Florence Nightingale Award for the president. And she is from Srivilipattur. And this award getting to Tamil Nadu is it's been represented after 12 years. And what is the accolades that she had done as a nurse? She's been posted in Tiruvannamalai. There's a place called Arattavadi, which is a very rural place, and there were campaigns where she done on the taking care of the woman health or cervical cancer and increasing the hospital cleanliness. Believe it or not, the particular society ensure the delivery of the kids are being taken care only in home, where she went and practiced and taken more awareness onto the kids, to the family, and ensure those women who want to deliver, they need to come to hospital. And during her tenure, every month she used to take care of 40 deliveries. Maybe our grandma holds this record, our great grandma holds this record, and this lady on current trend, she does it, and her name is Alamelu Mangyar Karasi. She is from Srivilipattur. Okay, now it's time for the breaking news of the prepared speeches, and we have prepared speeches from the person by name Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. And to have a brief introduction about him, he is a nature lover and who invests 24/7 nurturing his internal nature to be in sync with the mother nature. I just want to have one question, because my one of my grandma is more of a nature lover. Once she wakes up in the morning, the first thing she do is that go to garden, and she talk with plants. I will be wondering what she's doing it. But believe it or not, once you go and talk to the plants, by default, an extra energy is given to the plants and they blossom in a very great way. And thanks, Manoj, that you're contributing to the mother nature. And I just want to call the evaluator. I'm just sorry, I'll just take the name of it. The evaluator name is Toastmaster Ganesh Rawat. to talk on the project guidelines. Toastmaster Ganesh, over to you.
Toastmaster Manoj is going to deliver a speech today, which will be a 5 to 7 minute speech. And the objective will be using appropriate body language and vocabulary to enhance quality of delivery. The pathway is, you mentioned nil and label and project is nil. That I'm not getting, but I wish you all the best for the speech.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Ganesh Rawat, on talking on the project guidelines. I am more curious on this speech is because the topic is not, he's not prepared for it. It's an on the spot topic which I'm going to give. Table topic speak for 2 minutes itself is a heart attack for me, but the person is going to talk for 5 to 7 minutes. So right now I'm going to announce the topic to him. Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. Once upon a time, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. Timer, please note the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes, where 5 is the green card, 6 is the amber card, and 7 is the red card. So over to the speaker one, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. All the best.
Once upon a time, a boy was born. The smiles on the faces of his parents, relatives. And one day, he doesn't know when it is, he'll go kaput, release his last breath, and leave this world forever. Isn't life that for all of us? One day we are born, and suddenly one day we'll vanish. And we don't have control over that. We do not have any control on our birth or on death. But yes, sandwich in between is what life is, where we have a choice. But have I, as a person, taken all these choices that was given to me? I took a pause to ponder. Yes, pauses give us that poised feeling. We feel poised, ready. I was going in a breakneck speed in the roller coaster ride of life, earning and spending, buying and gathering things up, getting entangled with so many people around, so many things around. Around my 40s, when I took that pause to ponder, I found I'm ensnared. Yes, once upon a time it happened when I took a pause to gain my poised nature. And then I realized I've traveled so far, but there are no milestones left. So there is a problem in my life. So I needed to take a U-turn. Yes, I took a U-turn back to basics, back to where I started from. That child, small child, was so very innocent, wanted to explore the world, was so very truthful, spontaneous. I'd lost all that spontaneity because I choked that conscience. He was so very afraid what people are going to think. And that made him not to lead and live his life. So that pause to ponder at the appropriate time told me, it's time for you to go inward. Enough, you have traveled so far, exploring the outside world. And that's true. Most of when I looked at the mirror, a stranger looked at me. Is that you, Manoj? I too wonder. In class 10 board exam, the invigilator saw that I was struggling with one of the filling the blanks, told me the answer. I wrote it. Then my conscience told me you are going to copy for 1 mark. I cut it off. In his next visit, he saw I have struck that off. He asked me, why did you do that? I don't want to copy. That was me then. And then in the promotional exam, I used to write down on my palm, go and copy there without any regret. Sometimes we feel like growing or reducing. That's a big question. So that pause to ponder moment once upon a time led me to take that U-turn to rediscover my own self. I choose to become a minimalist. When I say minimalist, minimizing my things in the cupboard, I found so many things cluttered up, never being used. I started donating them away. There are 3 cycles. Only one was written. Other 2 just were left over there to rot. Whoever required, I gave that to them. Then came reducing my wants, desires, and the dependence on things and beings. Things was easy. Dependence on beings is a bit difficult. And as you grow old, you lean on people like a creeper. You want somebody to take care of you. And that leaning on ensnares us. And slowly, I started reducing my leaning on other people. Now I feel independent. I can cook for myself. Sometimes my better half tells me, why did you get married? You never, I feel I'm not wanted in the house. I remind her that's the way the perfect partnership should go on. 2 parallel lines which meet at infinity. That should be the perfect relationship for a man and woman. Not dependence, not leaning on each other. So that is the once upon a time the boy who was born to explore the world did find his footing in his 40s. And currently, people ask me, what do you do? I said, I don't do nothing. Yes, somebody gave me a job after my retirement, come and take over a school as the principal. I said, I'm too very busy. He said, what? What are you busy at? I said, I'm busy doing nothing. That emptiness, nothingness, when you embrace that, you embrace yourself. So that's what I'm doing now 24/7. Busy embracing my true self. Waiting, counting my days to finally bid goodbye. Breathe my last and goodbye. But once upon a time, what started has to end one day. That I keep in mind to lead my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. It was like what to say, on the spot, giving a topic, and you presenting it. It's not a normal news. It's a breaking news that you what you did. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Manoj. Next, we're gonna have the speaker two. We have first time a Khan coming into the Toastmasters and going to give a speech, and that's the breaking news today. And our Khan for our Toastmasters is not a hero on the Bollywood, but a hero for Toastmasters, taking a lot of roles I've been witnessing for quite some time. He's a product owner in BNY, and he's an extroverted go-getter, and he's always up for a long ride or a chat, which he always keeps coming back to Toastmasters. And he loves food, sports, learning new words, and spending time with his family. Boss, you said you love food, but you don't seems to be. But just tell me though the secrets about it, because of that I get become fatter and fatter when I love food. And he is a business maximizer and a problem solver through product management for a very big bank. Nice. And for reading the project guidelines of Toastmaster Shahrukh, we have the evaluator, Toastmaster Hema Prabha, to read the project guidelines. Evaluator Hema, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Deepak. Yeah, today our speaker is going to do his project in his Pathways Persuasive Influence Level 4 project. It is on question and answer session. So this session is about his question and answers. And the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about and practicing facilitating question and answer session. Purpose of this speech is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. So overall speech length is 15 to 20 minutes. So over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hema, on reading the project guidelines. Before going to the speech, I just want to contribute one good compliment to Toastmaster Kavitha. Been here for quite some time, even my mom or wife or my supervisor or my boss or my girlfriend haven't recognized me on my multitasking. But I came once coming to the Chennai Tamil Toastmasters. Kavitha have huge faith on us, giving multiple roles, take multiple roles at the last moment, and she have more confidence on us. I see Hema taking essay role and the evaluator role, and the last moment our counter Toastmaster Pandian coming in, and I see today our speaker Toastmaster Manoj taking the education speech and the opening and the speaker prepared speaker role. So thanks, Kavitha, for trusting us. Even our family doesn't trust on giving multiple multitasking things in our day-to-day life, but thanks a lot. So let's not delay for the breaking news of the SRK's speech. Toastmasters Shahrukh, product thinking. Toastmasters Shahrukh, over to you.
Good evening, all. So how many of you have a favorite teacher? You may have one or more, but all of your favorite teachers will have these things in common. One, they would have based their entire life on their discipline and they would know everything about it inside out. Second, they'll explain everything about it like they know it in depth, and even a 5-year-old will be able to understand. That would be the simplicity in their explanations. But third thing, most importantly, what they do is the way they teach it, they'll make you think that their discipline is the one that runs the universe. They will say mathematics makes the world go round. It's the language of the universe. Physics governs the universe. Chemistry governs the universe. Law may govern the universe. Control systems governs the universe. But the way they explain it, it will be like it actually makes sense. I am your Toastmaster Shahrukh Shamsuddin. I have 10 years of product experience and I've been working in different roles in the discipline of product management. And it is my delight to use these 10 minutes or so to explain to you what is exactly the nuts and bolts of my discipline and explain what product thinking is. Let me share my screen. And let me know if my deck is up. Is my deck visible?
Not yet, Shahrukh. We're yet to see the screen.
All right, without further ado, I can explain. And when the screen is up, just give me a thumbs up, team mode, okay?
Okay.
So if you construed from the definition that product thinking requires understanding about products and how it applies to the world out there, you are right, because the mindset as such makes you to understand what a product is and how it should be. So the industrial definition will be like making user stories so that you are understanding the real world problems of the user and you're focusing on rapid growth and development. Is my screen up?
Not yet, but Edil sir, does he have access for it?
Please try now. Just now I provided.
Okay. Can you give one more try, Shahrukh?
Just a minute. I knew these logistics issues will happen. Thanks. Okay, looks like I can do this. Now is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, Shahrukh. And ensure you see the timer person also who will change the background screen.
Okay.
I think
it's okay. I'm timing myself as well. You can just give a voice if I'm exceeding.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So can you see the slide actual definition and something wordy and a list of sticky notes and charts?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So this is my bread and butter, but let's not go into this now. What I need you to understand is I'll break this definition down for you and tell you what it actually implies. As a product thinker or as a thinking in general, what you need to understand is you need to understand the problem that you're going to deal with to the extent that you're able to define it clearly, not just for the situation, but for your audience and who's going to use your idea. But you're also going to focus on delivering or giving the value which your audience truly needs. So this principle of product thinking, while it is always applied for software products or any banking products out there in general, what you need to take out of this is that there are some real life principles involved here that you can apply in any principle in your day-to-day life. And these two principles are defining or understanding the problem and then delivering value to your audience in a way your audience is benefiting out of it. So how do you think across these lines? You take any step, you take any discipline in your life. If you want to come at the right solution, the best way is always looking at the problem, defining it clearly, and then solving it in a way it truly satisfies your end user and also is a sustainable solution. So before we go into the applications, let's go into the core principles of product thinking one by one. And we'll start off with understanding or defining the problem of your audience. So when you want to define a problem, the first principle that comes up is you look at the exact problem before you even get into solutioning. When I have an argument with my wife, I don't get into solution mode right away. I just keep mum for a bit and open up both my ears and listen to the entire length of problem that she has. That principle can actually be cascaded to everything else as well. Because the only way you can define a solution or come up with an idea to solve the problem is when you truly understand the problem. Because when you truly define the problem to its end-to-end extent, it is already half solved. And to talk about examples where people have tried to get things right here but have fallen short, you can always look at a case of how some products which you think should have succeeded so well in the market, but eventually end up failing. One example I'd like to bring up is the Tata Nano. How many of you got amazed by the idea that Tata Nano was a revolutionary product and it was something Ratan Tata got absolutely right? I'm sure many of you will agree. The problem was defined well. There needed to be a product that needed to cater to the middle class. So everything about the engineering and the execution was bang on and spot on perfect. But where did it exactly fail? Tata positioned Nano as the world's cheapest car. And in that branding, the entire thing was undone. Because the car was branded as cheap, nobody wanted to associate themselves with a cheap car. And that's how the product came crashing. So how do you exactly come to a point where you're able to define the problem clearly? How you can talk to your users or your audience or communicate with them and find out what they actually need? Turns out the solution lies in understanding the human brain. So if you look at the center portion here in this slide, this center side, this is the anatomy of the brain, where I've written reptilian, which is the innermost circle, limbic, which implies the second innermost layer, and the neocortex. Now understanding how the brain works will give us an insight into how a user's mind works and how a customer's mind works. In fact, anyone whom we want to work with, how their mind works, because ultimately we're working with human beings. The way you associate with people is that you have to target their innermost emotions. So if you look at the reptilian layer, you have to connect to people on an instinctive level. You should be their immediate first choice, regardless of the situations. And you should also build products in a way people are going to choose you no matter what the outcome is. People should instinctively go to you. And to come up with examples of products where people have got this right, you need to look no further than Apple themselves. Take Apple, any product of Apple, for example. No matter how costly or pricey they are, no matter how much your logic says that they are too costly and the price point will not make a good benefit for you, for that user themselves particularly, the user is always going to choose Apple because the product will appeal to their emotions and their instincts. And if your product fails to appeal to you at this level, then you will not have a much higher chance of success. You may appeal to logic. You may be the right choice logically or analytically. But if you really want to make an impact or a truly life-changing decision for a user, you have to go to appealing the emotions. Because the more you go into the mind, the more the decision becomes clearer. So Nano, in this case, while they got the logic part correct, they got the right car, they may even got the emotions correct, they may have given the right features, but when you come to the reason part, the why behind the product, the people wanted to have a sense of self-esteem also, and that's where the product fell short. So just like how we can learn from Nano's case, try to find out in your solution what is the ultimate underlying need of the person or the user or the one who's facing the problem, and try to appeal to their emotions instead of just appealing to it logically or analytically. You will find your problem statement there. Now that you have defined or got an idea of how we can define the problem, you would have an idea of how to implement the solution and come up with an idea that will solve that problem. But before you get into developing or building or creating a full-blown solution, try to take small steps. And this is where the first step comes here, called building a prototype. Every software product out there, fellow Toastmasters, it was not the way you see it right now. One classic example I'll give you of Dunzo. Well, when you look at Dunzo, it didn't start off as an app. It only started off as a WhatsApp group. A WhatsApp group by a person who just wanted to run errands for his friends. he thought like there'll be so many errands. I don't want to do my own checklist. Why not just help others out or try to find a way to outsource my day-to-day activities like getting milk or fetching the newspaper or buying tablets for parents. Instead of building a full-blown app straight away, he checked out his idea in WhatsApp group, and before he knew it, his WhatsApp group was flooded with messages. He was getting over 50 messages in a day. And he understood that the prototype of a WhatsApp group is definitely a success, and the idea is definitely something which the people want. And since the WhatsApp idea was a success, he scaled it up to build a full-blown app and get more details. So when you get into the loop of validating assumptions from small things, you are able to test your assumptions, understand whether it's really working, and then go to the next level. So this is where when you define your problem using things like your the start with why approach, and with another idea called observing the user, which is called a day in the life of method. So to understand the problem clearly, you just look at your user, see how they are going about in their day-to-day life, and what is the problem they're facing without your product or solution, and then understand how your solution is going to change or improve their life through the validate assumption approach. You will definitely get a practical solution. So once you know that you have a problem, you have a solution for it, you may want to take the extreme step of building the perfect solution. And in my wording itself, the problem lies. So, fellow Toastmasters, can you see the picture in front of you now? Yes. Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can see it. Yes.
Any guesses on what this might be? All right. So what you see in front of you is an example of how a country was facing a lot of winds and storms, a lot of drastic climatic changes, and this country is in South America. They contacted the Japanese government to help them build a bridge that will last or withstand hurricanes or tumultuous weathers. So when Japanese started building this bridge, and we know the reputation of how Japanese build great structures, they built this super strong bridge. And what happened was, while the bridge withstood the hurricanes, the hurricanes changed the entire course of the river. And now the river which is supposed to flow under the bridge is flowing around it. And now this bridge has become a bridge that goes nowhere. This is called the Choluteca Bridge. And now, since the focus was on building something perfect, the situations around it, the external factors around it, made the entire solution irrelevant. So, fellow Toastmasters, when you're trying to build something, in this case, when you're writing a speech, for example, try to avoid perfection. Your solution can be up to the mark, but if you spend too much time on perfection, you're going to end up wasting time or creating more problems. This Choluteca Bridge may serve as an example of how you need to definitely avoid perfection, or at least stay away from it as much as possible while trying to come up with a solution. You need to build to adapt. So just like how you need to define problems for users, you need to understand the value that they need, and you need to avoid perfection, and before that, valid assumptions. You can implement these tricks and techniques in your day-to-day life, like preparing for speeches, coming up with proposals for your clients, and so on. So just to summarize the presentation, you need to think of product thinking as a method where you define the problem and understand what your audience will value. You can define the problem with techniques like observing the users. You need to appeal to the emotions of your users, just like how we understood with the why, what, and how diagram and the anatomy of the brain. Validate your assumptions with prototypes, and always make your solution in a way it's adaptable to external changes, or at least avoid perfection, and ultimately build to adapt. I hope you're able to use these tricks and these principles in your day-to-day life, and I'll throw open the floor for questions. So anything you would like to, anything that piqued your curiosity about what product thinking is?
I have a question.
Yes, Manoj, please.
Can you use it to choose a life partner?
Definitely yes.
Hmm.
Just like how the product thinking approach tells you to recognize the problem and then instead of going for a perfect solution, come up with a solution that solves your prioritized needs or the ones in order. Look at your problem statement of finding a life partner. So why do you need to find a life partner? Maybe it is for compassion. Maybe it is to have a friendly face to hear your troubles out. So once you understand your needs, that will form the problem statement. And when you form your prioritized needs, the biggest problems that you're facing, you can use that problem statement to find a person who will give you the best solution for that. And without being picky, if you understand that this person has the complete solution to your problems, you definitely get into the implementation and execution, wherein you don't make any delay in tying the knot. I hope that answers the question.
Shahrukh, what is your success ratio?
Deepak, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you repeat that?
What is the ratio? What is your success ratio?
Success ratio. So when you look at success ratio, I won't just stop my answer by saying it depends on the problem and the solution you're building. I would say you need to use the step called validate your assumptions, because the criticality and the cruciality of the steps lies in understanding whether the solution you have planned is in the right direction or not. As a product manager, or when you become a product person, personally, the first idea or the best idea that to come up with a lot of analysis will definitely be a failure. But the thing lies in failing fast, so that once you fail fast, you understand what's not working, and then you revisit the solution, and then you come up with a better idea that will increase the success ratio of your overall solution. So keep doing it fast, like fail fast, so that you get better results better, and then improve on the solution.
Thank you.
So one question I usually I thought I'll get is how you can apply this product thinking in Toastmasters. Like, how can I use this technique to prepare a speech? So in this case, you can take your problem statement as the audience. So you need to understand what your audience needs, whether they want emotion, whether they want more facts. Then based on what they want, you tailor make your speech so that you have those key elements which you know that the audience will really respond to. One example I can say is the World Championship of Public Speaking, Mohammad Katani. He had a very wonderful opening, but before he used facts, he lied around it so that he can convince people. But he wanted to check whether it worked or not. So he tried that idea on his friend, and once it worked on his friend, he then used that idea in the world stage. So you can use tricks like these to validate your ideas with a smaller group before bringing it to the stage. And I'm at end. So thank you so much for your time. I had a lot of fun going through what I know about product thinking. I hope you will apply it in your day-to-day life as well. Thank you so much. Once again, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shahrukh, on the nice speech. Maybe these insights will be helping us for tomorrow's Scrum call, or we have a lot of college graduates are here whenever they are applying for BNY. By default, they're going to talk about this during the interview process, and you are getting the credit for it. So, breaking news. Oh my God. We had like once upon a time from Toastmaster Manoj, and we also had the product session again from Toastmaster Shahrukh. And again, if I'm going to give some insights, that will be like after science subject teaching math subject, which will be like you guys will be killing me on this one. Let's do one small activity. Okay, everybody open the comment window. You have a chat over here, just open the chat window. Are you guys ready with the chat window? Have you seen the chat window right now? Okay, great. It's a small activity. Okay, everybody going to put the numbers from
Deepak, your voice is breaking.
okay,
Your
suppose
voice is breaking.
if suppose Kavitha will put one,
Deepak, you
maybe next
can
number
type.
2 can be done by Vishwagopal. You put the colors over there in the
It's not clear.
Deepak, switch off your camera and talk, please. Maybe network
that's
issue.
be perfect. I
Yeah.
How about now? Is it audible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is audible now.
I told guys, like for next 2 hours you need to see my face, and I think the internet helped me to save you people. Great. Okay, so this is in the chat window. You're going to put the numbers from 1 to 7. Okay, it can be anyone, but no one should repeat the number. Okay, so this is what we are going to start it. Let's see how bonded we are, how synchronized we are. I haven't started it. Wait. I'll put 1, 2, 3, start. Then only going to put it. Okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3, start. Oh my God. These numbers are running in actually. I can able to see a mobile number, but not a sequential number actually, unfortunately. We'll have one more try. Okay? Ready, steady. 1, 2, 3, start. Oh my God. You guys should be good in numbers. Triple six, 2 into 3. Oh my God. So it's all out of portion numbers. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, the one person decided to put 4, 5, 6, 7 and all. Nice. Nice, Hema. You haven't trusted anybody. Let me go with the flow. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, one was missing, Hema. It's fine. I'll give the full credits to you. Okay, thanks a lot. And now the breaking news is that how many of you people have went for concert and all? Just raise your hands. People went to concert. Okay, right. But today there's something special we have. We have a special educational session which has a symphony. After Ilayaraja, today I'm going to hear on something on spontaneous symphony. Uh, Before that, timer, please make a note. The session is between 15 to 20 minutes. At the 15th minute, you can raise your green card, 17th minute, amber card, and 20th minute is your red card. So let's welcome for the special educational session Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. Spontaneous Symphony. Spontaneous Symphony, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, TMOD of the day. Did the TMOD ask you all how many of you have attended orchestras? Yes, after one musical orchestra got over, one of the ardent fan walked up to the musician and asked him, rather told him, Master, I can give my whole life to perform the way you performed on the stage today. The master looked at him, gave a smile and said, I have. Did that sink in? The fan says, I can give my whole life to perform like you. And the master says, I have. I have given my whole life to play the way I perform today. And that applies to all kind of skills. And once you become adept at that skill, it becomes a spontaneous symphony. When you learn to drive, you are too very conscious. Am I putting my leg or my foot on the brake pedal? Where is the accelerator? Where is the brake? How do I change the gear? Our mind and the body both are conscious of whatever we are doing. But as we progress on, become adept at it, it becomes a spontaneous flow, a symphony. Similarly, it goes for your spontaneous speaking, table topics. On the spot, you have to think and speak. And today, I have been asked to give you a formula to make it easier. And the formula is 3P. Practice, practice, and practice. There is no other formula to crack this table topics. If you ask me, how do I practice every day without fail? I'm in different groups. I do practice delivering my speeches. I remember 2 years back when I joined a group, I wasn't that confident. I used to write down. I have to see the prompt, I'll write it down and read it out. Yes, that's what I did. I wasn't confident of remembering and uttering that for 2 minutes. Slowly, it took me almost 3 months to get over any written material that I need to read. Then I ventured into different clubs all around the world, all around India as well as the world. Enter, barge in, attend a table topic and barge out. People might have thought it's so very idiotic. But yes, I did that. So that I get a practice. And the more you practice, you become more perfect at that. It becomes spontaneous. It almost becomes a prepared speech. Because most of the topic that you get, you might have spoken sometime or the other. Now, how to make your impromptu speaking a prepared speech is that is what I'm going to tell you today. Before going to that, before revealing that secret, you need to have a good voice so that people feel that yes, it's resonant. I need to have a voice that resonates with the people, that appeals to the people's ears. For that, it should not be too very loud, not too very soft, that people have to strain their ears to hear you. So how to do voice training? The best method is, there lies in the Hindu mythology. Every day in the morning, start practicing to say Om, which consists of 3 syllables. O, U, Ma. Start saying it. Fill your lungs with air. Then utter this Om, Ma. Let it start from the bottom of your belly, your chest, U, Ma, when the mouth closes and you utter it within your mind. That's going to take care of your vocal cords. Prepare it to make it sweeter. Try it, will not regret. To make your vocal cords appealing to the audience, try to pronounce Om maybe around 7 times to start with, and you can go up to around 21 times. If you want to become a good singer also, it's going to help you. Next, how to take care of a pronunciation. I was always marked. People told me, you have got a regional accent. I said, yes, others are too very possessive. So my mother tongue, that is Odia, I belong to Odisha. was too very possessive on my tongue. Whenever I spoke, people came to know where I come from, and most often it impeded when I spoke. Then I moved around the whole world, wanted to see whether people are able to understand when I speak. They understood. That gave me confidence, yes. Even a person from Australia, even a person from China, from US, from Britain, they can understand whenever I speak. Maybe there's a regional touch, but that's okay. So you may not be too much worried about the regional touch, but there is a way to overcome that. One is you need to be conscious that there's a touch. Second is tongue twisters. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Or she sells at the she store. That's again a tongue twister. If you start practicing this, your tongue is going to get modified to these sounds. So for pronunciation, tongue twister. For voice quality, home. Now for sentence structures, we commit errors in sentence structures, grammatical mistakes. How do you overcome that? Start reading something or the other, whatever attracts your attention. Maybe a newspaper, maybe a magazine, maybe a story. It can be anything under the sun. Consciously read, not too many or too much. 10 sentences are good enough. But whatever you are reading, try to understand whatever you are reading. Do not read grammar for heaven's sake. Read correct English, correct language. Consciously trying to understand. Slowly, the correct sentence pattern are going to get fit into your computer, in the brain. Then you start using the correct language. Now, the content, I told most often this spontaneous symphony comes from not only practice, but they're somehow prepared speeches. So how do you do that? Stories. Stories, they sell. Our whole life is also a story, isn't it? If I look back into my own life, I wanted to escape my father, who was like a Hitler at home. He used to beat me, black and blue. I was too very naughty a guy, deserved beating. And I used to get often. To escape that, somehow I'm not good in studies too, rather. And somehow, I don't know how, maybe the wish fulfillment, some angel said, okay, when I say I need to escape home, I appeared for a test, qualified, and got into a residential school. So one story is ready, getting away from home. Second story, getting into a residential setup where I was bullied by my seniors. So another experience altogether. I came out of the school. Class 12th is a vital examination for we Indians. Post that, we try to choose a career. I failed miserably, lost 1 year. Another story. Where my father pronounced, "You're fit enough to open a tea shop in a street corner." Tagline for my story. I can begin my story with that line. Then, got a job, got married. Yes, I saw 4 girls, rejected 1, selected 1, 4. So rejected 3, selected 1, and she rejected me. Another story. went back to one of the girl whom I have rejected. And on the first night, she asked me, do you know how it feels to be rejected? I had no answers. Another story. So treat these stories into your table topic. When I said your table topics are not spontaneous impromptu, they are prepared speeches. Because all these stories you already know. You just have to fit in. See where it fits in. Then there are popular stories. Today we are fortunate having Deepak Raj, the king of comedy, to be the TMOD. He not only made us laugh, he brought in a lot of stories. Talking about Dr. BP Jayasilam, the IAS officer, the collector from Virudnagar in Tamil Nadu, who is working for education and restoration of local water bodies. Wonderful. Talk about that. Something inspiring. He went on to talk about Sarif Chacha, Mohammed Sarif, who gives a decent burial, who is a cycle mechanic, burial to the unclaimed bodies in Ayodhya, place in UP. He talked about the Florence Nightingale of India, Alamelu. I cannot pronounce the last name. It's too very difficult for me. So, 3 stories are ready. We can talk about even the mountain man, Dasrat Manji. His wife slipped while taking food from him. And he took a challenge to carve out a path through the mountain with a chisel and hammer. Mountain man, Dasrat Manji. The forest man, Jadhav Pangai of Assam, created a 15-acre forest. The pad man from Tamil Nadu, Arunachalam. His story is ready. Then you can talk about Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln, or from books. One of the book I would like to recommend to you all, The Prophet. Who wrote that? Any guesses? A Lebanese writer? Yes?
Salman Rushdie.
No, Salman Rushdie is from India.
Sorry.
I said a Lebanese writer who fled to US and settled down there.
Gibran.
Yes, you are right.
Khalil Gibran.
Farooq, you are right. It is Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese writer who went to US. And that book is a Bible. Bible because it talks about everything pertaining to our life. It starts with talking about love. Then it talks about marriage. It talks about your children. The first few lines of children, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Try to be like them. Don't try to make them like you. Marriage, it talks about the parallel lines that meet at infinity. Share your bread, but don't eat from the same loaf. Try to be like those pillars of the temple that stand apart. That's a formula, magic formula for any kind of relationship where you don't lean on each other. You give space to each other. So these concepts, you can get all these quotes and start using them to make it, people will be amazed. Oh, he's a great learned guy. And then finally, you need to have a structure. You need to commence with a bang, like we all. Big bang, whether it happened for the nature or not, we do not know. But yes, we all commence our journey with a big bang, gliding out of the honeyed womb of our mothers. So let it be eventful the way we come out. Our opening should be grand, eye-catching. How to do that? I gave you one example when I said, my father said, you are fit enough to be a tea seller in a street corner. From there, I begin my story. Isn't that eye-catching? On the first night, when I was bubbling with enthusiasm, the lady says, do you know how it feels to be rejected? All those bubbles settled down. Begin your story like this. It will be eye-catching. And conclusion, there should be a takeaway for the audience. How do you do that? Practice. Now, the key formula to give you the summary, read, think, practice. Again, go back to reading. So that's the way to conquer your table topics. Now a volunteer. One volunteer I can take on. Got some time left. Anyone who raises his hand? Okay, great. Kavitha ma'am, your topic is what I got today, once upon a time. Timer, get ready.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. Once upon a time, there were a girl lived in a village, happily, healthily, don't know the meaning of stress, depression, and etc. Then the girl have the dream of working in IT company, then came to Chennai. Then it came to know the meaning of from others like stress, depression. It's realized stress, depression is part of our life. It's not only happiness. We have to have stress, everything. We have to live the life in the best moment. We have to go through the ups and downs. That is the real essence of life. Now the girl is have the capability to enjoy the life at any moment. So that is the experience she gained. That is me. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manoj.
That's great. You created a kind of suspense by keeping yourself as a third person. That's one way of taking your story. And finally revealing that girl is me. How can you make it more powerful, more catching? Once upon a time, she was depressed, felt that the world is limited. And now she's ready to conquer the world. That something that was depressing, something that has become enlightened, that should show from your face. Your facial expression, your body gestures, which I didn't talk about. Now I speak to you regarding that. But yes, make it more dramatic. 2 minutes drama on the stage to catch the attention of people. So that you need to do to become a good speaker. So there is no other formula. Practice, conscious practice is the formula to ace table topics and become make it spontaneous symphony. Thank you. Hope it was okay.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Manoj. It was like really a symphony. There's a lot of takeaway for us. The breaking news was that in one Toastmaster session without a table topic, but this educational session energized us and ensured that how to deliver a perfect table topic speech, or how you draft the body language, and it's a well poised structure from your side, Toastmaster Manoj. Thanks for a lot session. I think this is a huge takeaway for us. It was a kind of a music for us actually, the way you articulate the words and everything, and it's really a symphony for us. Great credits to you. Thanks for sharing all your experiences, sir. Thanks a lot. So, yes, we had a great session today. And how about like after the PT period, when you go for a PT period, have a lot of hangama and fun and pushing down people with sweat and had great fun. And once you come to the class teacher will say, students, here is your report card. The way how we enjoyed, everything will go to a kind of a trauma. Oh my God, now the teacher have come in. Likewise, we have the teacher, the general evaluator will come to the dais and talk about what are the mistakes we did and what is the scope of improvement and where are we supposed to do it, supposed to change. Everything's going to take care by our principal. No, sorry, it's general evaluator. Over to general evaluator, Toastmaster Vishwa. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. And I would like to tell you that I really enjoyed the session. Before handing over the stage to the tag role team, it was a great session. I really thoroughly enjoyed each and every minute, each and every second. And I have listed down all the takeaways personally, more than the scope and the improvements of the club. Actually, I have taken a lot of positives and a lot of learnings for me and for the club and for family as well. There were a few points which I will discuss later after the tag report. I will provide the general evaluator report. So before that, I would like to call upon the evaluators to evaluate the speech for today's session. So first, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ganesh Rawat, who will evaluate for Toastmaster Manoj. So Toastmaster Ganesh Rawat is a medical professional and a passionate Toastmaster, currently part of Indon Online Toastmaster Club, Ghaziabad. I would like to hand over the stage to the evaluator Ganesh Rawat.
Am I audible? Speaker Toastmaster Manoj delivered a wonderful speech today, a powerful speech. So what I like the most, the way he started the speech. Once upon a boy was born. So I thought he's going to deliver a story around some boy. Then I thought he's going to deliver a speech around himself as a boy. And when he talked about life is about the day we born and one day we vanish, and life is in between. We born and we vanish in between is the life and the choices we made. It was a great, insightful start, and I started looking on my own life, where I reached in life and my own journey till now. The great opening to Toastmaster Manoj. Then the other thing which I like about your speech, your hand gestures, you're using your hands continuously. It's a great job done while using your hand gestures while delivering your speech. And there are a couple of points which I like in your speech when you talk about back to basics. And what we always keep thinking about people, what people will think,
We keep on thinking around that and we don't live our own life. So great insights there, Toastmaster Manoj. And then when we talk about life is all about not seeing outside, but the inward journey. And then again, another insight we got from your speech and the powerful messages, embracing your own self. And once upon we started and then on the life, and then it has to end at some point. So great insights from your speech and great quality of voice, great hand gestures, great opening. Now every speech can be taken to a next level. Even a world championship speech, if you bring an evaluator, he will give a couple of recommendations for sure. So coming to your speech, so not many, but if I want to give one recommendation, that would be you talked multiple things in your speech. You talked about your 10th exam. You talk about your marriage, the marriage thing. So a couple of things you talk about in your speech. If you can on stage you are standing and delivering your speech, at one point you come and talk about your 10th exam, that scenario, what happened in the classroom, you were stuck on a question, then somebody helped you and something happened there. So one scenario, one, and the other thing is marriage. Other point you can go another place at on the stage, talk about the marriage part. So something like this you could do in the next speech that may give more attention to the audience and more attention grabbing. But to summarize, a great speech, great opening, great body language, hand gestures, and great way of delivering the story we talked about. And just a little bit of these things and a smooth transition between these couple of these things. You mentioned in your speech, your 10th exam, your marriage, and that way you will take it to the next level. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh. So it was a nice evaluation. So moving on to next evaluator, Toastmaster Hema is based from Chennai. Is from Chennai, based in Dubai. She's a structural engineering graduate. Is working with G. Verno as a quality manager. She's mother of one son who is a PhD graduate. There's a startup named Mawave Imaging. I hope I pronounced right. And her husband is also a structural engineer. She's a Toastmaster for more than a decade. It's really great. Kudos. Yeah, she has also held role as an area director a couple of years back, and she has restarted her Toastmaster journey after 2 years break in today's meeting. Wow, it's really a legendary Toastmaster journey, I would say. So over to you, Toastmaster Hema, to evaluate a Toastmaster Shahrukh.
And thank you, Toastmaster Vishwagopal, for this the wonderful introduction. Yeah, it was truly a pleasure to listen to our speaker today, Toastmaster Shahrukh Shamsuddin. It was a wonderful speech. I am working more on a mechanical engineering field, but I really understood what product thinking is all about from his speech. So that's the beauty of Toastmasters, I think. We come to evaluate, but we learn something and we always get some new learnings out of the meetings. So you remained so poised as a speaker and you were delivering your speech without any interruptions, without any fear. So the flow of language was beautiful. You had good preparations done. So that you had those presentations very simple with a clear view of what you are going to speak on. You did not complicate your content also. You just took, you understood the audience. So to cater to the audience, you just took two primary topics and you focused on them specifically. So I will talk about how you define the problem statement and how you deliver true value to the customer. So that's what you really focused on and built over it. And another aspect of the speech I really enjoyed is the kind of examples that you gave, the examples that we are all familiar with, Nano, Dunzo, and also on the bridge that I was not aware of. So all these were real good examples to show how a product thinking really helps to give the right product to the user. So that was really wonderful. A couple of suggestions I would give is they are all nice examples, very relevant examples, but as a speaker, we want to hear more from your personal journey. So you are a product manager, so you could have always included some examples where you are able to talk about how these aspects, this way of thinking helped you to define a product better for the customer, how it created impact with your customers you have worked on. So that will give more a personal touch to the speech itself, and we can feel more engaged on the topic. Otherwise, it could become like you are delivering something which is available somewhere else, not your personal touch on that. So that is one aspect I would really emphasize. And overall, your the delivery, speech delivery, like when it comes to delivering a speech, we are looking for that kind of storytelling. No, so now it's all about storytelling that we want to understand using the Toastmasters forum. So if you are able to narrate that in a form of a story, so that also has a bigger impact on the audience. So you are able to engage the audience in much better way. So you start an example of your journey in a product development in the form of a story or some exercise, just like how you were talking about, no, the emotions and the instinct and logic, how it is used to define a product. Maybe in similar way, when you are able to use stories to touch to the emotions of the audience, it has a higher impact, and it leaves a image on the memory of every people. Like we will not forget anything. So if you have associated some of this with some form of storytelling, we would never forget those concepts. So that's something I would urge you to practice next time when you're giving a speech. And in terms of question answer session, you handled this questions very well, but we didn't have sufficient time for more questions. So you could also try probing something to get more questions from the audience. Just go back to some of your speech, some theme from there, and probe for more questions. So that is something you could try when the audience are really not very engaged, no, to just to get their more questions out of them. But overall, you fulfilled all the objectives of the project. I enjoyed and learned something more about products, definitions, and product thinking today. All the best. Congratulations for completing this speech, and all the best for your future projects and a wonderful Toastmaster journey. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Emma, for the wonderful detailed evaluation. As for I enjoyed both the speech and the evaluation segments, in fact, equally. I'll come back to detailed report of the evaluation and the speeches. So before that, I would like to call upon tag team, starting with Toastmaster Kedarnath, who is a timer for the day. Toastmaster Kedarnath, hand over the stage to you to share the timer.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, let me submit the timing report. Today we have two prepared speech, one education section and a sudden TT section, and two education evaluation. Starting from the prepared speech, Toastmaster Manoj spoke for 7 minutes 31 seconds, and Toastmaster Charuk spoke for 20 minutes 30 seconds. And for the education section, allowed time is 15 to 20 minutes. Toastmaster Manoj spoke for 21 minutes. For the sudden TT section, Toastmaster Kavitha spoke for 1 minute 10 seconds. For the speech evaluation, allowed time is 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Ganesh, who evaluated Toastmaster Manoj, spoke for 3 minutes 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Hema, she evaluated Toastmaster Charuk for 4 minutes 44 seconds. That's all the timing report. Thank you, GM. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kedarnath. It was a nice timer report. So I would like to call upon next TAC member, Toastmaster Pandian, to share the account report for the day today.
Thank you. I can share the screen. Ezhilarasan are not able to share the screen. Host disable attendee screen.
Yes, Pandian, you can do now.
It's visible. So this is the report of today. Account State Ezhilarasan and Manoj Linka don't have any fillers. Deepak Raj 14, Vishwa Kobal 23, General Evaluator, Drishya 4, and Kishal PA 2, and Shahrukh Samsudin 10, Ganesh Rawat 8, Hema Prabha Winsley 5, myself 2, Kedarnath 7, Anbarashan not have, Kavitha 5. This is the today report. Over to G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandian. It was really an insightful account report. Hopefully, we'll minimize all the R's and M's in future. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kishal for. Next, I would like to call upon Barshia, who is poised to take up the grammarian report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters. Am I audible?
Yes.
It was my privilege to be served as a grammarian for the day. Overall, I observed a high standard of communication throughout the meeting. I also noticed a healthy variety of vocabulary and effective use of transition among the speeches. And word of the day, I noticed that most of the people used the word of the day in their speeches. And I didn't notice people using idiom of the day that much in their speeches. So it would be better if you improve that in future. And I noticed people using a lot of filler words in the speeches. So instead of using filler words, we can use passes in our speeches. And I noticed some subject verb agreement errors and some tense errors, like past tense and present tense. It was mixed up, and some in some of the speakers I noticed the sentence formation was not good. And I noticed Kedarnath telling evalved. It is evaluated, not eval. So like this, I noticed few words in some speakers while speaking. So in future, it can be corrected. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bashir, for the wonderful grammarian report. I would like to call upon the trivia master, Toastmaster Kishal.
Thank you, sir. I've all listened carefully to the speeches and the educational section. Can I begin to start to ask the question?
Yes.
From Jay Sealan, which category members have got the patta for the first time?
Transgenders.
What are the two themes of clouded thinking? What are the two themes of clouded thinking?
Okay. Like
Not
understanding
getting-
the problem and delivering true value.
So you are the speaker. What is the tongue twister told by Manoj, Toastmaster Manoj?
Seashell on the seashore.
Red light, yellow light. She sells seashells by the seashore. Just these two only.
Yeah, that's it.
What was the name of the bridge in North America? Bridge built over the river.
It was South America, but okay.
Sorry.
Something starts with the E, I remember.
C. Trivia master, you say.
I can't pronounce that, but CHOLUTECA.
Yes. Choluteca Bridge.
Choluteca.
You can Google it. It's nice.
I'm handing over the stage back to Chandra.
Thank you, Trivia Master, for the wonderful session.
Choluteca.
I would like to just provide a short general evaluation report. So today's meeting started 5 minutes late, including some of the members, including me, joining 5 minutes late. I apologize for that. And it started with Toastmaster Untitled starting as SAA, and then with the presiding officer, Toastmaster Ezhilarasan, started the meeting and handed the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak Raj. It was a wonderful team Moody session. I really thoroughly enjoyed all the session, all the examples of people who have provided a lot of social contributions and their service to the society as well. So especially I was impressed with Amir Hamza, who has provided service of orphanages, dead bodies of more than 10K people. I have not heard of such people who have done this kind of service. Really, really amazing to hear, and since you're documented and we have provided an example. And there were so many people you have mentioned. BP Jaiseelan, wonderful nutritional health expert who has contributed to Niti 3 crore funding for Niti Aayog award. It was really I would say an empowering session on how each person, each citizen can contribute towards a society just by a small initiative. Just one person, one initiative can help turn the society around. There are a lot of positives to take up. And Toastmaster of the Day, Deepak had a wonderful audience engagement throughout the session. So I was really happy about how you were able to interact with most every member of present in the session. And next, I would like to point out on the speeches. Today's speeches were full of value, full of information, packed with knowledge, wisdom, information, which is really a takeaway for lifelong term. So, starting with Toastmaster Manoj on Once Upon a Time, was really a great session on how to speak up on breaking news themed topic on that too on the spot with great expressions, and you had wonderful use of the stage presence, great vocal variety. You deliver the message with a lot of subtle pauses and lot of value and a lot of information you provided in that speech. I really liked it. And next to Toastmaster, Farooq, it was another amazing session of product marketing, right? Product thinking. Sorry. So this was a personal takeaway for me actually, and I hope everyone had strong takeaways from this. As a customer engineer who works with multiple customers, understanding their problems and understanding their what their needs are is similar to how the product thinking needs to be done, and I'm sure it can be taken up for every member who serving as a Toastmaster or in their own companies. How each member, when we are interacting, what are the exact specific need that if we contribute to that, it will be of great value to them and for us as well. That was a nice session on how product thinking aspect is. However, as Toastmaster Khema mentioned, it could have been little more providing and some sort of examples. One personal example that I felt is in customer engagement in our office. We have a specific rule to know this problem statement of the customer first. Only then we start debugging that issue, whatever it is, whatever solution query it is. Otherwise, we don't even take up. So, and you have insisted to provide a specific part of customer need or any problem definition. That was really a good point to note. To provide a solution, first understand the problem better. And next, coming to Toastmaster Manoj, back on the spontaneous symphony, you have really touched upon a lot of aspects on how to improve your table topics and to practice voice quality, tongue twister, conscious reading, all these, and spin a story around how to provide a crisp and effective and table topic with a strong conclusion, spin a story around, list all the stories. I'm sure this session was really helpful. The upcoming table topic club contest in future. It is also helpful for the audience. And personally, it was a great takeaway for me because table topic is a session usually it helps to provide some spontaneous thinking. So when we interact with multiple people, multiple customer on my personal front, we get a lot of bounces during a meeting, and table topic will help a lot of time to alleviate those last spontaneous thinking. And coming back to the tag report, so I like Toastmaster. I liked all the Toastmasters role for the timer, grammarian, accounter. I'm sure in future, including myself, I'll be able to improve the accounter. Thanks for pointing out and highlighting. And the timer, we were all well within that. Most of them were well within the time limits. And for grammarian, I noticed a lot of people use the word of the day. Idiom of the day, I had used once, but apart from that, I'm sorry if I have missed anyone else, or I apologize. And it was a great tag report. And back to and last but not the least, Toastmaster Kavitha for providing a wonderful opportunity, provide a gentle evaluator role. And I hand over the stage back to the TM.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, General Evaluator Vishwa. You rocked the show on the evaluating on the general reports, and your team did a great job on this one. Lot of takeaways, lot of self improvements. The way the tag team was given to me, it was like I was sitting in a parent-teachers meeting. The report card was there, lot of improvements were there, past tense, present tense, lot of insights, and that's great. Good that my daughter is not nearby, so that she'll also advise me on that one. Thanks a lot for the detailed report from your team. So we had a great time today. I know people will be starving for dinner. I'm not taking much time. And thanks a lot for being lovely audience. And the breaking news, lot of news we heard. Ensure we carry this news to our younger generation also. What is the value added people that contribute to the society so that they also learn about it. Thanks for the great session. Thanks, Kavitha, ma'am, for the great opportunity. And over to the President Officer, Toastmaster Ezhilarasan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Deepak Raj, for the wonderful breaking news. My dear Toastmasters, we are in our end of our meeting. Please kindly vote through the link shared in the chat box. Once the results received, we can conclude the meeting. Still you vote, I will be talking something. Kindly bear with me. My dear friends, so today is Sunday. Morning, you are all going to start the work. Normally, whenever we come to end of our weekend, our mind will become dull. Automatically, our organs will become slow because we are going to enjoy the weekend. So automatically, inbuilt it will happen. The same way, when you are going to start work tomorrow, the previous evening, your mind will get alert. That preparedness would come one day before. So as a practice, we started this session today. All your mind become very active because of this Toastmaster meeting. Really, today's meeting was not very fun-filled, but eventful and information-filled meeting was there. So you need to digest this information. You need to be focused. Otherwise, you cannot get all those details. But it was a wonderful session and a useful session. Thanks for all the informations from the TMOD and the two speakers and the evaluators and the education module presenter. I received the result. Today, the best role player is our TMOD Deepak Raj, was selected by you all. Congratulations, best wishes Deepak. Round of applause for him. And our best role player, Persia, was selected by you all. Grammarian Persia was selected as a best role player. Congratulations, Persia. Best wishes. And best evaluator is Hema. Congratulations and best wishes, Hema. The meeting quality was rated as 4.14 out of 5 by you all. Thanks for the wonderful rating. And that's all about today's best role players and the winners. So, my dear friends, as I told, tomorrow is the you are going to start working, so your mind would become very active, I hope. With that note, we are going to conclude our meeting. If anybody want to any share thoughts, any opinion, please feel free to share that. If nobody wants to share anything, we can conclude our meeting. And best speaker, one thing I missed, Manoj Linka. Manoj Linka was selected as a best speaker by you all. Just now I got the result. Congratulations and best wishes to Manoj Linka. Anyone want to share any thoughts about today's meeting or share any of your opinion? Please feel free. This is a time. Ilanjarian, I am seeing first time. I don't know, is a guest or the experienced Toastmaster. Ilanjarian, would you like to share some of your thoughts with us? And anyone else, any of your member? Okay, thank you very much. With that note, let me conclude Chennai Tamil Toastmaster evening meeting number 30 is adjourned. Thank you very much.